to Waterfall Yoga Therapy. Today we're going to be focusing on a chair sequence for building strength in your legs. I'm going to be giving a lot of options today depending on where you are in your practice, and I want you to choose the one that feels right for you. A big part of somatics is really being embodied and listening to your body, not trying to look like someone else or be like someone else. So as we begin today, I'd like you to take a minute to rest into your seated position. Take a roll through your shoulders and allow your shoulders to relax down your back. Take this moment to come into your breathing and allow your mind to settle into your body. Noticing how you feel. Noticing any pain sensations, and if there is pain, on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the worst amount of pain, give yourself a number. The brain learns through contrast, and so we'll be coming back to this number after the end of the practice with frequent rest moments to notice how the experience is feeling in your body. Lengthening your spine, allow your breath to become a little bit longer and also a little bit slower. Good. When you're ready, open your eyes, and we're going to start with just some simple seated heel lifts. So you're going to lift your heels up off the floor so you're on your toes, and then bring your heels down, lifting and lowering. And then coordinate it with your breath. Breathing in, lift your heels. Breathing out, lower your heels. And when we're building strength in the legs, we're going to think about the muscles below the knees, your calf muscles, and all of the muscles in your upper legs above the knees. So right now we're focusing on the calf muscles, the lower legs, building strength in your ankles for balance and stability. And we're going to do one more lifting up, and then relax your heels down, noticing your lower legs. Now bring your right leg up into the air and then roll out your ankles, drawing circles. Do this a few times slowly in one direction and then change directions. With that same ankle and leg elevated, flex your toes up towards the ceiling and then point your toes away from you. Breathing in, toes towards the ceiling. Breathing out, toes away from you. And feel the calf muscles and the fronts of your shins activating and relaxing. Now bring that leg down to the floor, relax it, and notice the difference between the side you just moved and the side that you haven't yet. Noticing the sensations, allowing the brain to take in information, and then switch, lifting the opposite leg and rolling circles, preparing the ankles for movement, changing the direction. And I notice one of my ankles moves more smoothly than the other. Yours may too, based on information it's received from experiences or injuries. Flex the ankle as you breathe in, point the ankle as you breathe out. Feel all the muscles of your lower legs. You might even begin to feel the upper legs from holding your leg extended in front of you. Now relax that leg down. Move back to noticing the first first leg, and we're going to focus on this upper leg, the thigh muscle. So you're going to extend the leg and flex the foot. So it's almost like your knee contracts, lifting the upper thigh towards your hip. And you should feel it get firm and hard. And then relax. Now, if you needed assistance with this, if this is challenging or it's making your back hurt, you can use some sort of towel or band or strap around your foot to help you extend and release. And the breathing works like inhale as you lift and exhale as you relax and let the muscles soften. Do a few more. Good. Relax that. And if you were using a band or strap, switch legs. Notice the sensations in your upper leg and the thigh muscle. And then when you're ready, switch sides. Breathing in, extension of the leg, contraction of your upper thigh, and relax. Exhale. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Contraction, release. Good. Now relax that leg and notice both legs, both feet on the floor, your ankles underneath your knees, your spine tall. The next few poses, I'm going to demonstrate some standing, but also seated if you are unable to come up to a standing position. So from here, we're going to work on standing heel lifts. So if you are standing, you're going to stand with your feet parallel to one another. You can use your chair or a wall to help you stabilize and balance. And then we're going to allow the heels to lift again on the inhale. And on the exhale, come back down to the floor. The spine stays tall. And if you are in seated position, you're not making it up to standing today, that's okay. Go back to the heel lifts that we started at the beginning of the class. Lifting both heels, noticing your calf muscles, and then lowering them. And coordinating it with your breath. It helps with balance poses to find a focal point. So allow your eyes to soften or gaze in front of you towards something, ideally that's not moving, that allows you to focus and stabilize. You can also use your core muscles, engaging your core to allow for more stability in balance and in strength. Good. On your next one, release your heels to the floor. You can give your legs a shake. You can also tap your legs. If you're able to tap, you can tap with hands or just gentle fists. You can also just massage. All very good practices to relax the muscles that you're using. Now the next position can be done seated or standing. I'm going to show you several variations. We're going to work with squats. So since I'm standing, I'm going to show you the standing variation now. Again, holding on to something for balance if needed. The feet hip distance apart and the feet parallel to one another. As you breathe in, send your hips back and bend your knees, coming into a squat. And as you breathe out, return to neutral. So I'll turn to the side so that you can see the movement. Hinge of the hips, bend the knees, keep the back flat. So my back never rounds, I don't hunch, I keep the back straight and rise back up. Now, as you're doing this motion, make sure that your knees don't splay open, putting undue pressure on the knees. Keep your knees moving straight ahead, following the line of your second and third toe. If you're seated and you want to work on the squat muscles, I want you to engage your glutes as if you were about to stand So the sensation that you're about to press off of the chair and stand, squeeze, and relax. Now visibly, you might be able to see I kind of lift up a little bit off the chair because my glute muscle is engaged, my quads engaged, and then I relax them. You can try that here. You can also work on sitting to standing. So on the inhale, you'll work to lean forward and stand. On the exhale, you'll sit back and have a seat. We practice this movement probably hundreds of times a day, sometimes. So this is another option. Turn sideways so that you can see. You're going to sit on the edge of the seat and engage the glutes here without getting up. Or you're going to inhale and stand and exhale and sit. Now you may want to have a dowel rod or some sort of pole in front of you, like a broom handle, and you can use that to be kind of a third leg to help you stabilize if you're working with some injuries or you just haven't worked on squats lately. All right, so everybody's probably had enough of the squats. Let's take a rest break. Having a seat, take a moment. If you're standing, you can also just stand and breathe and notice your legs. Give yourself a tap or a massage again, or a little shake. And shake out those legs. Give yourself the rest break that you deserve. Now the next position that we're going to be working on is leg extensions. So this one, if you're standing and practicing the standing version, you're going to allow the weight to shift into the leg closest to the chair or wall that you're using for balance. You're going to put your weight in the leg, soften your standing knee a little bit, and then you're going to lift the leg out to the side and then lower it. So as you breathe in, you're inhaling to extend the leg away from you and exhaling to slowly bring it in. So notice when I'm doing it with control. I'm not just letting the leg drop or flop, right? I am slowly bringing it in. So that's the standing version. From seated position, you may wish to use a band or strap or towel, and you're going to open the leg in extension and bring it back. Squeezing the glute as you inhale, and squeezing the inner thighs as you exhale. So these are working abductors and adductors, both the outer hip and the inner thigh. Inhaling and exhaling. Both very challenging in their own right. Let's do one more together, wherever you are, and then relax your leg and give it a little shake. All right, switching legs. So if you're using the chair to balance, you can switch sides or walk to the other side. Or turn if you're facing a wall and having your hand on a wall. If you're seated, we're going to switch legs. And we're going to contract the glute as you inhale. Contract the inner thighs as you exhale. Using a band if needed. Or simply standing, engage, and slow release. Again, finding a focal point if you are standing to help you stabilize, and then imagine that you're kind of zipping up a tight pair of pants. So you've got to hold that lower belly in to help you strengthen the legs and stabilize. Last one. Good. And then give that leg a shake. A little massage. Nicely done. Now let's do a little walk in place. So if you're standing, you're going to march in place. Feet parallel to one another, hip distance apart. And if you're seated, we're working the fronts of your hips, the hip flexors. The hip flexors help to bring the leg up, okay? So wherever you are, do a few little marches in place. Your hands can be on your hips, holding on to something, or just down at your sides, marching in place. Feel your ankles, your calf muscles, your knees and your legs, your upper legs and hips. Good. Let's do two more. And relax and shake, wiggle. So when I'm shaking from standing, I'm just kind of really quickly bending and flexing my knees. So if you're on the floor, you might just do a little tap or extend one leg and shake. That just releases some of that tension that we feel. Now notice your heart rate may have elevated. Allow your breath to slow down a little bit. We've got one more specific muscle that we're going to work on today, and that is the back of your upper legs, your hamstrings. So from hamstring position, if you're seated, I'm going to turn sideways. It's easier for me to access this muscle if I'm sideways, and you can see better. I'm going to work on the right hamstring. I'm going to bend the knee, kind of drop it a little bit towards the floor, and I'm going to curl the heel in towards my glute. So the more that I curl the heel in towards my glute, and I'm lifting my toes off the floor, the more I can feel that back of my leg muscle, the hamstring muscle, engaged and release. So right now it's soft, my foot's on the floor, and when I reach it back towards my heel, it's very hard and firm, okay? So if you're facing forward and you don't have a bar underneath your legs or anything that you're going to kick, you can simply lift the heel back toward your bottom, okay? And then relax. If you're standing and working on standing poses and balances, you can simply bend your knee and bring the heel towards your glute as you're standing. And you should feel the muscle get hard and then soften as you relax it. So again, a balanced pose and also strengthening. Keeping your core engaged and keeping your spine from tilting or rounding, okay? Keep your body upright. Let's do one more on this side. And then slowly relax. Rest and shake it out. Switching sides if you are seated, and then coming into a hamstring curl. Squeeze and relax. Squeeze and relax. Keep going. I'm holding onto the back of the chair too so I can focus on not falling off the chair and being safe. And as always with any of our practices, rest when you need to. We do take a lot of rest breaks, but sometimes we need to rest a little sooner. And that's all up to you. It's for you to decide. Also notice you may need to take a rest break if you're holding your breath, or if you notice you're gritting your teeth because there's pain. You can simply just sit and visualize your body contracting that muscle and relaxing it. Visualization is a powerful tool when we have an injury or a disability where we can't quite do the practices that I'm mentioning. If I sit here and visualize the movement and just imagine it happening, my brain doesn't know the difference. So visualization is a powerful tool when you're unable to move in these ways at the moment. Relax your legs. If you're standing, have a seat. Settle back into your chair. Notice your legs and even your ankles and your feet. They also did a lot of work today. Feel your breathing, your heart rate slowing down, your body resting. And notice the difference between right side and left side, if any. And check in and notice sensation, particularly pain sensation if you started with it. And if you gave yourself a number at the beginning of practice, between 1 and 5, 5 being the worst pain, just notice, what is it now? You worked a lot of muscles today and you worked very hard, so if the number increased a little bit, that's okay. You can pause this video and allow yourself to rest a little bit longer. Or you can go back to some simple massages of any muscles that feel tight or tense right now. Thank you for practicing with me today. Be sure to subscribe so you can see all the videos that are coming